Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adoornments Decor. How are y'all? Christmas is in 3 days, and I'm so excited to be painting with you guys today. I hope you've had a great week. I hope all your Christmas shopping is done. If it's not, maybe that's what you're out doing right now. Beverly says she's watching me on three different countdowns. That's so funny. Hello, Tafoya. How are you? Hi, Belinda and Kelly. You're off work this week. Awesome. And who else is watching? We got Kelly and Tammy and Lois. So I'm doing something a little different today. Usually I paint just one of our new door hangers with you guys, but today I decided to paint an old design. Why, you may ask? Because last Friday we released 5 new designs, and they were all craft room themed designs. And a lot of you guys were like, hang on, where's the one for the painting craft room? And I was like, you guys, we already have one for that. And a lot of you did not know it. So I printed out an oldie but a goodie design from our shop to paint today. It is just a sign with a paint set attached. And I'm going to be painting this live with you guys. But I put a twist on it. So instead of laying this out on my wood and cutting it out as one big shape, I actually cut a rectangle first, and then separately I cut out a paint palette because I thought this would be fun to paint separately and then to glue on, and then it would look 3-dimensional on top of my sign. So you can use our patterns in the same exact way. I did this one on 1/4-inch Revolution plywood, and I just used some graphite paper. And so I traced the rectangle first on a separate piece. And then after that, I laid out my graphite paper and I just traced just the paint palette on a separate piece of wood. And so I have 2 separate pieces of wood I'm going to paint today, and we're going to glue them together. Somebody said you got the cute short snowman shirt. I'm wearing it today. So this is the one that we talked about during my Friday Fab 5 video from last week. He's got cute little leopard print glasses, which match my leopard print bracelet and my black wooden earrings. Those are all from Cotton Chaos. So all of those were on my Friday Fab 5 list last week. So if you want the links for them, I can give you the links later. Donna said she did all of her shopping online. I did probably 90% of my shopping online this year. It made it a lot easier, especially with COVID, not being able to get out and shop and stuff like that. Kim, I have not gotten my Glowforge yet. I think lots of people have ordered them for Christmas, and so they are behind on shipping, but that's okay. I don't have much time to play with it right now anyways, even if it came. So this will just help me, stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, so let's get started. I have already painted this piece of wood just plain white to save a little bit of time. We're going to paint this black. I traced it with a graphite paper, and then I went over my graphite lines with a Sharpie so that they're easier to see, because I can actually paint over this and then the Sharpie lines will still show through. So Donna has COVID. Oh no, Donna, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to, I hope you recover quickly. We're going to give this a base coat of gray, light gray. It's called Gray Sky, and all the paints that I'm using today are Americana, Deco Art Americana paints. They're matte acrylics. I'm going to use a big flat tip brush, and I'm just going to paint right over the top of my Sharpie lines, because I should still be able to see them through the gray. If I can't, it's not a big deal. I can always get my graphite paper out and redraw them. But this kind of just saves a little bit of time if most of the design is going to be gray anyway. And I'm a messy painter sometimes, so this just feels like it's a lot quicker for me. How are you guys? I am gonna love Glowforge, Kim. I'm excited to get it. I cannot wait. Although we are leaving for Florida on Monday, so even if it did come, I really would not have time to play with it before we go on our trip. But I would have plenty of time when I get back. Hello, Deb from Nebraska. Are y'all wrapping gifts? What are you doing? Somebody said they ordered the shirt, bracelets, and earrings too. Yeah, it's a 3-piece set. I've got the earrings, I got the bracelet, and I got the shirt. I keep thinking it's this side that's covered up the snowman. It's the other side. I don't don't know why I'm holding it up like this. I guess I was trying to keep it from getting all over the table, but it really doesn't matter. I'm going to water this gray paint down a little bit too, because it feels like it's dragging on this wood. The wood is so dry. It's just soaking that paint right up. And I'm also painting those edges. And I'm getting it all over my table, but that's okay. I can get a baby wipe out later and clean my table up. Okay, I can still sort of see my Sharpie lines, so I think it'll be fine. I can see them enough to like get the design down. Okay, that's good, because these areas are going to be painted over anyways. So I'm just getting a base coat on there. All right, so we're going to set this aside to dry, and we're going to do some kind of design on this piece of wood. So, in the original design, I think we had some like watercolor splotches on here, so we may try that. I'm not sure how that will go. Oh, shoot, I forgot to turn on my time-lapse video. Hold on, let me get this going. There we go. It missed me painting the palette gray, but that's okay. All right, so for the, ooh, Pam's making cookies. What kind of cookies, Pam? For the watercolor design, I'm just going to get out like 5 colors of paint. I'm going to do like 1 drop of each color in my egg carton. I've got Purple Pizzazz, Sea Breeze, Peony Pink, or Peony Pink. I always like struggle, not sure how to say that. I'm just putting 1 drop in each egg carton hole. And then I've got, what color is this? Orange Flame. And this one's Sunshine Yellow. So purple, pink, orange, teal, and yellow. Those are kind of my brand colors. And so since this is going to be a craft room sign for my craft room, that's why I chose that color. Okay. And this is a total experiment, by the way, guys. I have no idea. Well, not no idea. I'm really like not sure how this is going to turn out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of water. My water's actually dirty. It's got a little bit of gray in it. I'm going to put a few drops of white. Not white. A few drops of water in each egg carton hole. And we're going to water this paint down because we're going to try to do like a faux acrylic watercolor. Did you paint the back of your hangers when you sold painted ones? No, I never have. Never have. Never had any complaints either. Where in Florida? We're going to the Fort Myers Beach area. You got 12 ornaments painted, got them delivered. Awesome. Okay. So see how we've got 1 drop of paint in each one and a little bit of water. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to kind of really mix to make a really watery paint in each one. And we're going to do like a little bit of a watercolor background on this, just like little watercolor paint splashes. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. If not, you'll know in a minute when I actually do it. Central Florida, yes, it is 70 degrees in Central Florida. So that is why we're going that far down. My grandmother and my mom and dad have winter homes in a retirement park down there. And so every year after Christmas, we take the family down there and spend time at the pool and stuff like that. It's not right on the beach, but it's about a 20 or 30-minute drive from the beach. So we will go over to the actual beach a few times while we're there. You used to live in Fort Myers. It's a beautiful place, isn't it, Debbie? Wonderful weather. Okay. You really have to make sure you get it mixed well or you'll have chunks of acrylic paint in the bottom of your water. So I'm kind of giving it a little shake to make sure. I think so. I thought I had a paper towel up here, but I don't. Okay. And this is very experimental. So I'm going to use this little fan brush just because I think it might work well to like fan out some of the paints where I want them. And I'm also going to experiment with doing it on a wet surface. So I'm going to wet like a corner of my wood here. And I'm just going to get a little bit of purple and just dab, dab, dab. Ooh, I kind of like the splatter look. Do y'all like that? The splatter? But you can also kind of wiggle and do, and then you can go back and get some pink and blend them. So I don't know. Let's see. We may do splatters also. We're just going to be real creative with this because this is a sign for my craft room, so I can make this look however I want. I really like the splatters. I don't know if I like the watercolor as much, but I like the splatters. So we're just going to randomly maybe do some watercolor in a few places and then like splatter around it. What do y'all think? Is it turning out fun? Happy holidays, Mary. It's been forever since you caught me live. If you're talking about the background behind me, I have an entire blog post about how we did this using palette wood. Okay, I'm rinsing my brush. We're going to get some yellow now. Ooh, that yellow looks good. But yeah, we just put up some 1/2-inch plywood and then we put palette wood on top of that. Now, I'm not worrying so much about this area because our paint palette will cover this corner right here. So we pretty much just need to do this area. I'm trying not to like fling this all over my craft room. This paint is splattering really nicely though with the water in it. And I also like how the splatters look on top of some of the other colors. Okay, let's get some of this sea breeze and see what this looks like. Maybe do some of this right here in the middle. This is so fun. It's so fun just to make messy creations sometimes. Let's do some extra splatter up there in that corner. Hi, Brittany. Happy holidays. You're excited to hang inside, to have a sign to hang in your craft room. So if you want to get the template or the blank for this one, just say the word link. It should send a message to your Facebook Messenger. And you can go grab it in our shop. It's called the Paint Set. You can get it at shopdoorhangers.com. We're going to do some more pink because we did pink first and then everything else kind of overpowered the pink. So we need more pink. Get a little bit more of the pink. Pink is my primary, and remember, I only did 1 drop of paint to do all of this. But pink is the primary color in all of my branding stuff, so I get a little bit more water. I feel like this needs just a little bit more of the, maybe do a little bit of pink down here. I think it's going to look really cool when it's done. It reminds you of a t-shirt you wore in the 80s, for sure. I feel like it needs one more color. So we're going to add in some of the darker blue. This is called True Blue by Deco Art. It needs a little bit of contrast. We'll do some blue like right up in here. Right off in this corner. Oh. Definitely reminds me of the 80s and early 90s, which I'm an 80s baby. So it's kind of fun. The blue is cool. Okay. I'm going to stop because I can totally get carried away with this and we could do a whole lot more, but let me show you kind of up close. It's looking really neat. The only thing I don't like is how like the blue looked on the orange, but that's okay. I think once it dries, it's going to look cool. So let me get my hair dryer out. We're going to dry this and then we'll finish painting our palette. No, Kim, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 84. my blue started running. That turned out kind of crazy, but oh well. All right, so I'm going to set this aside and let it dry a little bit more. I'm afraid if I turn it up, it's going to drip. So I'm just going to lay it flat on the floor down there because I don't have any more counter space up here. And then we're going to finish painting the palette. So I'm going to get this filbert tip brush because that works good for painting circle areas. And we're just going to paint the palette part, the little circles. Let's see, purple goes here. And the paint will be a little bit watered down because there's a little bit of water still in my palette. This is the purple pizzazz. Of course, you could do primary colors if you prefer primary. I just chose these colors because they're kind of the colors of my wall on my background there and of my logo. You graduated in 85, 83. That's okay. It doesn't make you old. I feel old these days when I'm talking to my assistant Shan because she was looking at my high school yearbook and she's like, oh my goodness, this was almost 20 years ago. And she's like, I was 3 years old. I'm like, wow, you do make me feel old. So I know how you feel. Okay, let's do this one with the Sea Breeze color. And I can still see my little circles from the Sharpie. So that's what I'm painting in right now is these little ovals where the circles go. And then let's do, oh, I forgot I need to get some more of these colors. This is the Peony Pink. Let's see, let's do the yellow or the orange next. This one is called Orange Flame. And it might take a few coats of that one anyway, because it's a little bit more opaque than the others. I can hear Charlie singing in the other room. She sings everywhere she goes. I guess that's a sign of a happy child. What brand of paintbrushes and paint do you use? I use DecoArt Americana paints, and I use the brushes that I sell in my shop at shopdoorhangers.com, so you can grab those there if you want. I use a variety of brushes, really. I even got some from the Dollar Tree just the other day, so there's really not one standard brand of brushes that I use right now. Thank you, Laura. She said she loves my snowman shirt. I appreciate that. I got it at Cotton Chaos. Okay, and then pink. That was the color we were missing. And then what color should I do the handle of the paintbrush? Maybe the blue color that we used on the splatter. That might be good. I'll let those colors dry while I do the paintbrush because I'm going to have to do another coat on these. Hi, Charlotte. How are you? Where can you put the blue? I think I'm going to do it on the paintbrush handle. So there's something on it. Hang on. I think it's like a spider web from the garage where this wood was being kept, which actually matches the color of my paintbrush handle right now. So that's perfect. So by the way, for those of you who enjoy my Friday Fab 5 videos, this Friday is Christmas Day. So I will not be doing one this Friday. I'm doing it tomorrow instead. So we'll be having Friday Fab Wednesday instead. So come and join me tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Central here on my Facebook page, and we will be doing Friday Fab 5. All right, I'm going to maybe do like a little gold, what is that called? A ferrule? Is that what those are called that hold the bristles? This little part here. I'm going to do a gold ferrule right here. I've got this gold. It's the DecoArt Americana, or not Americana, DecoArt. Oh, it is Americana. Metallics. Actually, let me just get it out of the lid. That'll work just fine. We're going to paint this little ferrule the gold color. And then we'll add some details with the Posca paint pens in a minute. Okay, let's do the actual bristles of the brush. Maybe like a tan color. Let's see. I want it to be different from the gold. This is probably tan enough. This is called, what is this one? Desert Sand. Still using the filbert tip brush. I hadn't even changed. And then we'll put some paint on the end of the brush. So maybe purple, since the purple's way down here. We could bring the purple back up this way. And it would look nice next to the pink and the blue. It is fun, isn't it, Marie? I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be really cute once we get all of the paint pen, the Posca paint pen like details put on it. Okay, and then do some purple on this brush. Okay, I'm going to dry that and then do another quick coat because that's really wet. Merry Christmas, Brenda. How are you? By the way, I have been choosing 3 people while I'm live to give away $5 off coupons to. So let's just go ahead and pick somebody random. I'm just going to scroll, and whoever my mouse lands on, that's who I will pick. I will tap on your comment. Who's this? Let's see. Pam Stover. If you are still watching with us, email me at info@southernadornmentsdecor.com, and we'll give you a $5 off coupon. I'm going to write your name down, give it to my team, and we'll pick another one here in a few minutes. So y'all be sure and comment. Hi, Vicki. You love the colors that I'm using? Yes, I love these colors. These are just my personality, to be honest with you. These bright, colorful, fun colors. I don't hardly ever do anything that's not colorful. Even wearing a black shirt can be out of character for me, but I do have a few of them, and I like them, but I just don't wear them all the time. Okay, I'm going to do another coat of the orange and yellow and probably the pink. The teal looks pretty good. It doesn't look like it needs, whoops, I just picked up more of the pink instead of the orange. So, whoops, I guess we're painting the pink next. I dipped in the wrong egg carton hole. So that pink has a little hint of orange in it. Thank you, Lisa. You love my work. I appreciate that. Finally catching me live since you're off work. Awesome. You like the happy colors? I do too. Thank you, Judy. And this is actually the what is this called? The patio paint by Deco Art. I chose this. This is the only bottle of patio paint I have, but I like the yellow in that because it covers better than almost any other yellow I've ever used. So if you see me using something that looks different from Deco Art, it's that patio paint. I really like that yellow. It's called Sunshine Yellow, and it covers really well. Okay, that looks pretty good. Where did I get the snowman shirt? I got it from Cotton Chaos. I can drop the link in the comments for you here in a little bit. You love the paintbrush with the color on the end. Thank you. Is this the template in the Painters Clubhouse? No, it's not. We've never done this one in the clubhouse before. Last day of work for you is January 4th. Oh, it would be perfect for an art teacher. You're right about that. All right, let's do another coupon. Ready? I'm going to scroll and just click. Sandy Shelton, send me an email, Southern Adoornments Decor, or info@southernadornmentsdecor.com, and we'll send you a $5 off coupon. You can use it to get a free template or get $5 off a wood blank or something like that. You're painting your butterfly design for Christmas. Oh, they're going to love that. Okay, let's do some details with our Posca pens. Let me get out. Here we go. Is this the right one? Yeah. This is the size 3M, I think. And I'm pretty much just going to trace on top of my Sharpie lines. That's going to make this super simple. So I'm going to keep my hand on the board for support so that I have a decently straight line. I'm not going to promise it'll be perfect, but also helps to rotate your work if you struggle with getting a straight line, so that you're always pulling the pen or the brush toward your body. And notice my wrist is not moving at all. It's actually my body, my upper body, that's pulling my arm back. So my entire arm was staying still and my body was doing the moving. So if you have shaky hands, that's a great tip for you. Oh, sorry, I forgot to take that off the screen, didn't I? So yeah, if you have shaky hands, keep your wrist straight, your arm straight, and just move your body. See how I'm like leaning back in my chair to make this straight line? And I have to like adjust and move up. I couldn't lean back anymore. I was going to fall over. Okay, we're going to rotate it around. Now this side will be a little trickier because I can't put my hand there or I'm going to mess the paint up. So I'm going to try to still keep my hand steady and just pull my body backwards. Oh, I got bumpy. And I think that was because my bangles got caught on the table and it bumped me. It's all right. We're going to thicken the line up right through there and nobody will know. I'll know, but okay. And then there were some details around the outer edge too. Sorry, I forgot to take that off the screen earlier. Sharpie lines are a game changer. I'm so glad you found that part helpful. Teresa, try what I'm saying. Try keeping your wrist and your hand completely straight and moving this part of your body to do a straight line. See if that helps. Kelsey, I really hope this helps you guys. Okay, we're going to go around the outside now. And this just adds a nice little, oh, my pen is starting to run out. So I'm going to put it on my sticky note over here. I pumped it 5 or 6 times and we're going to go again. Much better. You don't want to over pump it or you will have drippy pens. They will start to drip. Could you do the paint pen thing first? Is there any benefit to not doing it first? I don't know. I've never tried to do it first. That seems like that might not work well because I don't think it would show up really well. I always save paint pen details for last because they're like the finishing touches. And so you don't want to do them first or you'll be painting around them and then that causes more trouble than it's worth. This is like putting on your coloring book pages after you've colored. And so it makes it to where it looks like you've stayed inside the lines. My hand is making a weird squeaky noise on the table as I'm dragging it. Okay. Whew. How's it looking? Looks pretty good, don't it? You got on late. You may have missed what type of pens. So this is the Posca paint pens. They're linked in my Amazon shop, but you know what? My favorite set of 6 of these is sold out. So I don't know if you guys have been buying them all or what, but they should come back soon. But they're sold out right now. All right. I think I'm going to dry it really good because that orange is still pretty wet. And then we're going to do, what do you think about doing the black lines around the colors? I think that might really make them pop. Okay, that's better. You want this one for your craft room? Well, Charlotte, go grab the template or the wood blank in our shop. Now, the wood blank is all one piece. It's not sold as two pieces like I have it cut here. But if you're cutting this piece yourself, you can use our printable template and cut it out as two separate pieces, which is what I chose to do. And then I'm going to use some wood glue and glue this on to the craft sign. Or, I just had a brilliant idea. What you could do is you could attach it just like you do a door hanger attachment with some Velcro. And then if you're the kind of crafter who doesn't only paint, you could change out the sign depending on what is your current whim. So if painting is your thing right now, you could put a paint palette up there. And if later it changes to sewing, you could change it to a little sewing machine or whatever. You could make it like interchangeable. Wouldn't that be fun? Black lines with your white pens to make it look like it's shining. Okay. I'm going to also get out my skinny Posca pen. Where is it? Here we are, the skinny black one. And I'm going to use it to do some details on the pen. Or not the pen, the paintbrush. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word all of a sudden. So I'm just going to outline a little bit of this paintbrush. Make it look a little bit more whimsical. Like that. Outline the ferrule. And then a little bit on the outside of the brush. Whoops, this is more of a straight line. Let me rotate. So this is the skinnier paint pen. I use it for more like fine details. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to the skinniest white one. This is the 1M or 3, I guess it's 3M. And I'm going to use it to do some cute little highlights in our paint. Just a little wiggle, squiggle, maybe like a little highlight on this side too. See there? Little wiggle squiggles. Maybe do a little bit on our paint pen itself. A little on that ferrule. A little bit on the paintbrush. And then maybe do a little bit along the outside edge of our palette. There we go. Okay. Now, let me grab the piece that we put in the floor a moment ago. It's still not completely dry. Let me clear some desk space here. There we go. And then this will glue or Velcro on right here. Look how cute. You could also put it this way, I suppose. How did we have it on the template? So on the template, it's like this with these parts to the outside. So kind of like that. Only I think I may have done it backwards or upside down. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Do it however you want to do it. Do I have a sewing machine? Yes, I do. It has not been brought out of the closet in quite some time. Okay. I don't love how that blue squiggled up and down, so I'm going to intentionally cover it up when I attach this later. But let's put some words on this. So maybe let's do it with like a large paint pen. This is the largest paint. I'm going to actually have to finish drying this because there's a couple wet spots here. So let me finish drying it, and then we're going to do Tamara's Craft Room or something like that with the largest bullet tip pen. I'm impatient. I couldn't wait for it to dry, so I was like dabbing the water off of it. This is so fun and funky. I love it. All right, so we're going to imagine that this is where my palette's going to go. And let's see, we'll put Tamara's Craft Room. Oh, we need to draw another name too. Let's see, random person, closing my eyes. Oh, Facebook user. I don't know who this was. By the way, if you're watching from inside a group, you have to click the StreamYard link at the top in order for it to show me who you are. Okay, so click the StreamYard link. I think you only ever have to do it once, and the next time you watch, you don't have to do it. Sorry, I'll pick somebody else. Let's see. Ruby Harvey. I'm going to write your name down. You can email us at info@southernadoornmentsdecor.com. We'll send you a $5 off coupon. Ruby Harvey. So Pam Stover, Sandy Shelton, Ruby Harvey. You guys email me. We'll send you a coupon. And for the rest of you guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll do it again next time. And be sure and sprinkle the love on this video. All right, so I'm not gonna try to get this like perfect. I'm just gonna do like my handwriting and maybe kind of make it as cute as I can. And hope I don't make this too wide so that I can fit my name on there. Let me make this a little smoother. There we go. Tamara's Craft Room. If writing this out like this freaks you out, and you hate your own handwriting, because this does look like it was written by a kid, you can print out your own template. Like just write down, like print out the words, find a cute font you like, print the words out, use your graphite paper, and make your own template. Okay, I'm going to thicken some of these up to make them just a little cuter, but you don't have to freehand this if you don't want to. I'm thickening up like the bottom edges of the letters to kind of make them look a little cuter. And that's just by going around them again and kind of widening them up. See how that's making that a little cuter. Still looks like Tamara's messy handwriting, but just a little cuter than it was before. And that's the good thing about the pens, is it kind of gives you a little bit of leeway to be artsy with it. Or if you have a kid or a teenager or just a person in your life who is good at writing, have them write it out for you. Let me pump my pen here. But if you practice writing it, you could actually practice writing it with pencil first or something. I completely freehanded this. I did not practice, which I probably should have beforehand. But since it's just for my door, I wasn't too concerned about it being so-so. Whew, I'm sweating now. Yes, there is a template for this carol. You can find it at shopdoorhangers.com or say the word link if you're watching from Facebook. So I'm going to hold this on there as if it's glued so you guys can see it. Let me close this out. Hold on. There we go. So I'm going to hold this on there so you guys can see kind of what it looks like. Whoops. And you could make this an attachment that's removable or not, or you could just go ahead and cut it out as all one piece. If this kind of like stresses you out to think of cutting two different pieces, I just thought it would look really cool as and like three-dimensional as having it be two different spots, two different pieces. Also, you know, that would also kind of enable you to like take this off of there if you wanted to change the back of it up, or if you wanted to flip it over and paint a different design on one side, then you could make it like where there's attachments and you could change out this piece right here. So y'all go grab this one at shopdoorhangers.com. If you can't find the link, I can drop the links in the comments for you guys. Let me go grab those real quick for you. And I'll drop them in there just in case somebody did not get the links that we were talking about. Oh, me, it doesn't even look like it was hooked up. I'm so sorry, guys. Hang on. If you guys said link earlier and never got anything, that's because it was never turned on. That's kind of an important step. Okay, so now it's turned on. So now if you say link, it should send everything to your messenger. But just in case, I'm putting the links in the comments for you. Thank you, Debbie. Thanks, Pat. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy this time with your families, but come back and see me tomorrow morning at 9:30 if you're cooking or whatever you're doing. And I'm going to be doing Friday Fab 5 on Wednesday. So come see me tomorrow morning at 9:30 and I'll share 5 of my favorite things with you. Bye, you guys.